Hey guys, Ryan Davis here. Jeff Gershman's joining me.
Hello.
We've got a quick look EX joined today by Ben and Jay from Vigil. Guys, how you doing?
Kicking ass.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Great.
You want to give us titles and what the hell you guys do at Vigil, Ben?
I'm the lead combat designer.
Okay. And you're going to be on the sticks here today.
I am indeed.
So very likely you will not be talking quite as much as Jay. Jay, Jabberjaw Jay, what is it that you do at Vigil?
I'm associate producer. And
oh, so you talk.
Yeah, that is my job.
Oh, fantastic.
It's like
spreadsheets and talking.
Yeah.
That's what I like to say. It's like, what do you need? Hold on a second. Yo, they need this. You got it? There you go.
So what you're saying is you have people skills.
Yeah, no, exactly. Or jerk skills that make people do stuff.
People are jerks. Yeah, I think
no,
that
fair
plays.
enough. It's work, same.
So we're looking at Darksiders 2 here. This is kind of on the verge of coming out here, so we're pretty far along in the process. Gentlemen, what are we going to look at here today?
So the part we have right now, it's in the second big world of the game. You're trying to get to the Tree of Life, which the Dead King says if you can reclaim my court, which is 3 dead lords, I'll get you to the Tree of Life. So you're working with the second dead lord named Judicator, and he wants something to come along and play the game with you, so you're trying to collect souls for him. So we're in one of his dungeons, and this starts off like, this will give you kind of a taste of, the basic combats of Darksiders. It's, like, I don't know if you remember the first game, War was like the super, kind of like Incredible Hulk kind of guy. Like,
very heavy.
Yeah, charge forward, and I'm a straight line, unstoppable force. Death is always moving. He's like more agile.
He's like Ice-T.
Yeah, exactly. And War's like Coco, exactly.
Well, I don't know how I feel about this relationship now. This has gotten weird.
Well, that's what makes our story very exciting. Is once that all comes to fruition.
Right. And when they meet each other,
and they're really good for each other. It's just a really good relationship.
You wouldn't think it would work.
No, exactly.
Two people from different worlds finding a common bond.
Yeah.
We should mention here that we're playing on the PC version today, so looking exceptionally sharp here today, gentlemen.
Yeah, super happy with how this came together. It is. You always know the game's going to look good, but it's kind of like not until the last, 3 months till launch where all the pieces come together and you can say like, yeah, all right.
So is that where you kind of start playing builds of it and go like, oh wait, this is actually really fun?
No, it's true. Only I think 2 months ago could you play the game through without a progression blocking bug.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And I'm playing it, because I played it in pieces for 2 years, but I was cool because I was playing it and I'm like, yeah, I'm actually playing this and not, just to check it. I'm really enjoying it and actually playing it, even though I've played the pieces before. Now I'm into it.
Yeah. So you've got. It seems like that there is a lot of depth in a different way in Darksiders 2 than there was in the original game. You've got skill trees and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think,
you got loot.
Yeah, is any loot getting dropped on there? I think I see some guilt, but I'm not seeing any items on there. But we'll go in the inventory after this combat and kind of rip it up in that. But yeah, any enemy you fight is dropping random items, all based on your level.
Oh, that guy does not look well.
I should have told him about that tumor. All I can say, everybody, get your doctor's appointment, and advance warning is the key to success.
I think this is pretty much what happens if they give you antibiotics and you don't take all of them. Like if you these last two, I'm fine. The strep throat's gone, everything will be okay. Like this is pretty much what happens.
Take the full series of antibiotics.
Yeah, if they give you 12 of them, take all 12.
And you can see too, I think you can see that guy getting set on fire. That's because he has a weapon that deals fire damage. So that's where you see that effect. And you'll see, unlike the first game, you see all those numbers popping up to show you kind of combat feedback. We felt we had to add that in because since we have random loot, you'll want instant feedback on, is this weapon better? Is this guy more resistant to it? You want to know if your weapon's working better than what you were using previously.
Sure, that makes absolute sense.
So was a lot of this stuff that came out of just feedback or just the team's thoughts at the end of Darksiders 1 of just like, this is kind of the direction that we want to go? Like what led to these changes?
A lot of it was just, Darksiders 1 was our first game. We're a new developer, never done console title before, so it was a lot of, you have a lot of ideas, but I think any game, stuff gets left on the cutting room floor because you just realize you don't have time. We had a lot of stuff left on the cutting room floor. So a lot of the stuff like leveling, loot, skill trees, that's all stuff we wanted for Darksiders 1, but we just realized, that's not going to be possible at this point, and then they were top of the list when we get to Darksiders 2. Yo, Ben, go into the inventory system real quick and show some so we have tons of items, obviously, but this is all just an example of just random stuff you can pick up that we've picked up along the way here. So just, you know, you can play.
It's not necessarily indicative of the sort of gear that you would, or the volume of gear that you might have at this point in the game.
I mean, you could, because I mean, you know, it's all a matter of if you want to, you know, hold on to stuff, sell it. Sometimes you get stuff that's, you know, 2 or 3 levels higher than you, so you hold on to it until you get to that point. But then we'll go here, and he has a possessed scythe, and these are kind of really rare. I mean, I'm thinking, I just did that last playthrough I did. I think I got 4 of these through the whole game, and you can feed your extra weapons and armor to it, so it'll actually go up levels. So you'll see like that experience bar that's popping up to show you how much experience you get.
So Death, the character itself has discrete levels, and then your weapons can have levels as well.
Correct. And then they go up, the abilities they gain from going up levels depends on the items you fed it. So you can see he's getting choices of enhancement. That's based on the abilities of the items he fed to it.
Someone played some PSO.
Yeah, a little Phantasy Star Online, a little
feeding your mag.
Yeah.
Is that you, Ben? Playing Phantasy Star Online?
Oh, we play it all.
We steal from everything.
There's another one.
But the cool thing about these is, because we also felt like, you know, if it's loot, sometimes you get a cool item and you're like, oh, it's a drag, I got to switch that out 15 minutes later or whatever. With a possessed item, you'll have it for, you know, you're good to go for like 4 or 5 levels once you have.
like as long as you keep feeding it, it'll
yeah,
stay with you.
Yeah, and
Is he giving you feedback on what's going to happen before you feed something?
It's based on the type of things that you actually feed it. So if you look at something that has strength, or you look at something that has health per kill, if you feed that to a possessed weapon, the next time it goes up, it will give you that as an option.
Okay.
Unless you feed it too many things and you've run it off the array.
While we're here, do we want to talk about the character progression system some?
Yeah, sure. You want to go over to skill tree? So
we saw the skill tree.
Every level, and then for completing certain missions, you get skill points. And then these are the 2 skill trees. And then each skill, you can put 3 points into each one to make it more powerful. So I was like, over there, I think this side we've gone more Harbinger, which I always consider more, what do you call it, warrior track? Or
Yeah, it's
like
the melee tree.
Yeah.
Melee focused.
And then
so melee and magic, is that sort of the split?
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So and I did that when I did that last playthrough. I was curious. I was like, can I make it so I barely have to get into combat? So I went all Necromancer. I was summoning ghouls, doing Crow, and then to get Wrath, I would use. Well, you can get Wrath back from certain abilities, or I'd use.
Oh, you like to do Crow, huh?
I know a guy. Get you some primo Crow.
You're in San Francisco, man. Best Crow in the world.
There's a Crow lab up the street.
Let's talk after the show, y'all. But yeah, but you can get away with that. I mean, only certain bosses I would have to get in combat with, but for the most part, I could have spells doing most of the work for me in combat.
But Ben, you like to get hands-on here, I can tell.
Oh, absolutely. I love the melee. I mean, the thing is, even if you play the magic style, it's not going to hurt your melee that much because it can power up your melee abilities. You can generate more wrath, and you can do, use some of your more melee-focused abilities if you want. You can kind of use them together as well if you want. I mean, that's another really powerful combination that a lot of people use.
So there's no harm in kind of splitting the difference. You don't require folks to min-max to really get through this?
No, I'm curious though. I am curious when the game comes out because there's always going to be those people that find that ultimate build or some equipment combination. Because obviously we check it, but I'll be dying to know what min-max people come up with when the game comes out.
Yeah, and you're not forced either. I mean, you can, if you really want, you can see on the side that's how many points you actually need to unlock that layer. So if you want, you can come in here and not spend any points until you get 8, and then just start from this tree if you really want. I mean, you don't have to go down the list specifically, unless it's attached to something. Like for example, so if you want to get this, of course you have to be level 3 and have at least 1 point.
So not everything has a prereq then.
Exactly, like something like this, that's a new actual ability. That's the beginning of a new tree. As you can see, that's not connected to anything except below it. So if you come in here with 8 points, then you can just buy that one if you want. So,
cool. Yeah. We've got a decent build. Our Crow is here.
Yeah, and then you can just come in here.
Let's get back into the Darksitement.
Let's do it.
Dying to wait.
Holding that one in.
So this is kind of the part of the puzzle. This level is you have a dead lord, so you have to summon them up to have them turn switches, hit plates, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the puzzle element to this this particular dungeon that you're in. And he'll fight in combat with you too. So
I see big skill wheel there. So
yeah, that's for you can assign it to all your face buttons: left button A, B, X, or Y.
Yeah.
For your different abilities, different things off the skill tree. Whatever you want to assign to them.
Oh, I'm standing on it. Resummon him. You ready? Going over there.
Yeah, I always have to go around the corner to get him down there.
We fixed that.
Yes.
Crow, come back! So still that same sort of structure as the first game?
Yeah, I'd say like, if it's the same, basic structure where it's that kind of combination of platforming, traversal, combat, and puzzle solving. It's just that all those, with all the elements we've added, all those basic principles are richer.
Yeah.
The combat's obviously richer because the loot drops and the skill trees. Because of the extra equipment, that makes the puzzle solving more interesting because we have more pieces of the puzzle that you can, you have to think about what you're doing. And then, exploration is bigger just because, we've had more time, our team knows what we're doing. So, I'm trying to, we have a tough time saying how much bigger this game is. Mm-hmm. It's easily, area-wise, I don't know, what do you think, 4, 3?
It's huge.
It's huge, yeah, that's just it. All these side quests and stuff we have, there's like hours of side quest stuff you don't even have to do on the main path.
We've said many times that the first area contains more dungeons than the entire first game, and that's still absolutely true.
Yeah, because I think the first world, you get to it, and then it'll be a while before you get to the second world, because you'll probably be in that for at least 10 hours, I would think.
Do a lot of the items and stuff from the first game return? Some of the things that were used to solve puzzles? Does Death Encounter any of that? Are you creating portals?
Yeah. There's you get the Void Walker. You get a pistol. The other one of Strike's pistols. I can't remember what was War's zip line called.
Abyssal Chain.
Yeah, Abyssal Chain, and Death has a Death Grip, which is similar kind of thing.
Right.
And then, I added a few more things like the summoning the dead lords that you just saw.
Right.
There's also the Death Splitter, where Death splits into 2 parts, and so you have to use 2 deaths to, you go here and I'll stand on this while you go here and jump over. And then, and the same idea where, each dungeon you're learning another piece of the puzzle, and it's just,
and then solving puzzles in that dungeon. With
because early on we were showing this game and we put people, I don't know, it was PR and you want to have a fun experience, but we kind of made a mistake. Everybody still had a fun time, but we kind of threw them 8 hours into the game, and for that first half hour, oh dude, people were pissed. Just because they were frustrated because they're like, I don't get it. What am I doing?
30 abilities and I don't know.
Right? Yeah. We threw them in too deep, man. So
it's always tough. You want to show everything, but a lot of that experience really has to be earned.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to inherently make sense, because the only way that the usual game player is going to see that stuff is having already played up to that point. So it's
the regular progression and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing I always like to say is those abilities that you learn, like the Death Grip and the summoning the dead lords. Those are all for puzzle solving, but then we always make sure you can use them in combat too. Like you can see Ben's Death Gripping the guy and pulling him forward.
Yeah.
If that was a big dude like the jailer we saw before, it would pull death towards him. So it's kind of a good
loot.
Yeah, and you can see it shows you instant stats, so you can say, do I even want to pick this up?
Right.
Or is it worth my
Possessed,
time?
you always want to pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. If nothing else, they're good to feed your next possessed.
I was going to say, feeding possessed gear to possessed gear. Is that even more potent?
It's worth a ton of experience because it's all based on the value of the weapon, so that'll shoot it right up.
Is there any kind of economy to that stuff where you want to pick that stuff up so you can sell it later, or?
Yeah, because there's vendors too. So you can, there's always hub towns where you can go to, buy potions, sell stuff off. You also buy your combat moves.
Okay.
So you have basic moves, but if you want to do any, like Ben's doing, like the forward hammer smash.
Combos.
Yeah, that's all stuff you buy from vendors.
And if you want to create a very specific type of weapon, I want to get health on crit every time.
You want to make sure you're feeding.
Make sure you buy health on crit weapons, and that's the way to do it.
Okay. Wow. So there are a lot of very deep holes for you to go down.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
If you desire. All right. Cool.
So the first game was really well received, and it seems like you're making a lot of changes and kind of adding a lot of stuff that you didn't get a chance to the first time around. But it felt like a lot of the commentary that there was to be had about the first Darksiders was very often couched in the talking about The Legend of Zelda, talking about wow, this feels like the M-rated Zelda game that we never got. How did you guys feel just sort of about that, and did that inform any of the decisions being made in Darksiders 2?
I think we're never any of those comparisons. It never upset us because we're always being compared to awesome games.
Yeah,
It's not like somebody would say I don't want to bash in any game, but it's just like. If somebody said, "Oh, you were this reminds me of some shitty game," then I'd be like, "Oh, that wasn't." Thanks, But no,
like Majora's Mask, or
no,
I don't have any opinion about Majora's Mask. I just know it's divisive. That's all that was. No one get upset about that, please.
But I think, when we were no one believes this, but it's just, when you're making the game, I guess I can say like inspiration is worn on our sleeve, but it's not like anybody ever said, hey, I just played this game, let's totally rip it off. It was just like, yeah, let's make a cool game. And
like
then
the design doc didn't read, let's make a Zelda game.
Yeah,
first hand it over, like, here you go.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
First page, it's just big.
What if it had a portal gun? It was page 2 when you turn it over. Like, yeah, I guess. What if it had a
sold? Make this
72-point font, just Zelda.
But yeah, I mean, we wanted to make, I guess, like, because we're all, I don't know, like our favorite games are kind of that old school feel. So our goal was to make an old school feel in a modern shell.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we have accomplished. But then that brought on the comparisons that you guys are talking about. Like, and also it's a hard game to pigeonhole. And when you get that, it invites comparisons because people, like, how do I explain to you what a new band's like if I don't say, oh, they're like this and this?
Right.
I heard them.
I feel like that's something that gaming, only relatively recently can you do that with games, where like that language seems like it's getting more and more established as time goes on, where you can start to say like, oh, it's like this with a bit of this, and it's like
we're in Hollywood or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Run this up the
Die Hard in a mall.
Sold. Green light. Make it. Get going. Who's starring? Wait, who's attached?
I don't know. Who's hot right now?
Jeremy Renner.
Judge Reinhold.
In. All right. Sold.
It's a good thing Jeff doesn't run Hollywood. That's
Unconventional choice, but I like it.
I gotta say this. That's the other thing I was thinking. A lot of times I was watching Batman, the new Batman. I was like, where's Michael Keaton right now? Why doesn't he make a quick appearance? That'd be awesome.
just a fucked up cameo in the middle
Did
of
he play
this.
Alfred or something? Is he age appropriate for that?
I think
yet?
he's still too young. No,
Yeah.
he's not quite Michael Caine's. Well, maybe the next reboot they'll do like even younger, so you could get away with Michael Keaton as Alfred. I don't know.
The cool thing about this guy he's fighting too is you meet that enemy, the living version, that's the undead stalker, you meet the living version, but the move sets are different on those guys too, so it's kind of like you think you know it, but kind of tricks you out because all these undead versions will flip the script on you.
It's way faster than the first game already.
Yeah, and that's his personality too, because he wanted an agile, fast, quick attack character, so that kind of fits it.
But we're definitely still exploring this dungeon.
Yeah. And I think now, because you got the soul, right? So we can bring it back to Mr. Judicator and hand it over.
To the soul guy.
Why is Death so pompous that he can't be bothered to open his own doors, man? What is it with open his own chests? It's like, look, man, just there you go.
I always say, think about it. If you had
If
magic,
you had like magic bone
I would totally
arms,
do that. Like just in front of other people.
Fair enough.
Hey, light my cigarette, fireball.
That should be a pre-order bonus. Get real magic bone arms. The only pre-order bonus I would be okay with.
I do like this character because I feel like he's keeping pretty cool, but like the apocalypse just happened, so there's like billions of dead people, and he's just one at a time. One at a I work at my pace, okay?
You know what? There are bureaucrats everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, hold on. They're not paying me more all of a sudden, okay?
Yeah, same job I've always been doing, everybody.
So, I know this is all new to you, but get in line.
Yeah. What's that? You've been waiting 1,000 years? Yeah. End of the line. How about that?
I've been here for that 1,000 years.
By the way, if no one's ever worked as a doorman anywhere, I highly recommend the experience because it is a total power trip because there'll always be somebody that tries to impress you and you're just like, end of the line.
Did you work as a doorman?
Yeah, dude. I'll do it.
Where?
I did it for a couple parties here in San Fran during GDC for free, just for the pure pleasure.
Just for the pure pleasure of being the doorman?
And I would have
Just wanted to work the rope, that was it?
Yeah, and I'd have a fake earpiece in, and people think I was actually communicating. Had a clipboard with no names on it. It's so fun, dude.
Like talking into your watch.
So wait, you're saying that I should just like show up anywhere and just start pretending I'm the doorman?
If your friend's having a house party, just stand outside the door and just like work it, man.
Find a bar that seems to be doing good business and just stand it out front.
Totally.
Get like a decent suit.
Yeah.
Usually like black on black, right? That's
Absolutely.
the thing, like black sports coat, black shirt.
And sunglasses.
Even if it's at night.
At night, yep, you gotta have sunglasses.
1:30 in the morning, sunglasses.
Earpiece, clipboard.
So I would fill the clipboard with just like the most improbable guest list possible. It's just
Muammar Gaddafi.
Sly Stallone.
Judge Reinhold.
It would be funny though if you also had like Joe Smith.
Right, yeah.
John Doe.
Oh wait, you are on the list. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Mr. Smith. Please come in.
Come in, come in.
This guy seems kind of big and mean.
Oh,
Yeah, he knocks you off in the environment. Yeah, that guy's cool too because he does use that shield too. So if you get you know, you have to figure out a way to get him from the front. You see, he's got the Undead Lord helping you get him
And
to
he
distract
electrifies
you.
you, yeah.
So if you can get him to distract him and block him with the shield, then you can sneak behind him and rip him up. I was thinking though, didn't you get? Oh no, you only have the one Dead Lord. That's
Yeah.
right. So once you get the Judicator, then you'd summon 2 Dead Lords, and that kind of, you know, you'd use 2 guys to solve puzzles and also in combat too. So again,
Any sort of direction you're giving the Undead Lord, or he's just there to kind of mess things up for you?
when you summon, he'll help you in combat, but then you can direct him. Say if you saw a plate or a switch, you can aim him and direct him, and he'll
Okay,
go. Yeah,
okay.
will do.
But in combat, he's just there to hit stuff.
Yeah, he'll just take care of business. I think, is he invulnerable? Can he be killed?
He has hit points.
Okay.
So he'll last a little while, and then...
This is our Darksiders 2 elevator system. What's up to you guys at this point? Because this could go on and on and on. Like, 'cause this is a big dungeon, yeah.
I'm getting the wrap up sign
Yeah.
here.
Well, I'm
from
just like, you know what I
VR.
mean? Like, I was just like,
Let's just stream the whole game out.
exactly.
We'll just keep talking about our dream castings for Judge Reinhold in the next Batman movie.
Yeah. I'm thinking about Judge Reinhold for Darksiders 3.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
I'm
it.
in.
And I'm not talking voice actor. I mean, you know,
Just full
Judge Reinhold.
No, it's
performance
like
capture.
now you will be judged. There you go. The
Oh,
tagline writes
dude,
itself.
yeah.
Darksiders 3,
Yeah.
Judgment.
The Judgment.
Look for it.
2014 coming to Durango, Orbis.
Whatever those things are going to actually be called.
Ouya.
Maybe
Android phones.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And television.
They're not going to still make Android phones then. Come on.
All right, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, the new in television is going to be shit hot. Make no mistake. Well,
Speech synthesis built in.
Ben and Jay, thank you guys so much for coming and giving us a look at Darksiders 2. Give us release dates, give us platforms.
August 14th for PlayStation 3, Xbox, and PC.
God damn, that is so soon.
I know.
That's crazy
On our
soon.
way.
Wow, yeah.
Time for vacation, everybody. Bye-bye.
Well, enjoy your time off, gents. And once again, thanks for giving us a look here at Darksiders 2.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.